This is KGW News at 11.
And we're taking a live look outside to get things going tonight. Dry conditions prevailing after a stormy start to the day. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Tim Gordon. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri is here. Joe, more rain to come?
Exactly right. Let's take a look at what you're running into for your Sunday morning. The good news is, Tim, it's going to be bone dry a good part of the day. I'm not expecting to see those showers move in until the later part of the afternoon. So temperatures starting out will be in the low to mid 40s. We'll be starting to warm up a little bit right around the low to mid 50s for daytime highs. I'm expecting to see those showers arrive basically between 2 and 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and that system that we woke up to has pushed off to the east, but we are picking up a little bit of some snow showers throughout parts of the Oregon Cascades. Unfortunately, the snowfall is not going to be really accumulating much over the next couple of days. Snow level, though, will remain above past levels at 5,000 feet for your Sunday. And as we go into the rainfall amounts, we saw about 0.2 of an inch of rain. Most of that fell earlier this morning. Really wet day, though, along the northern part of the Oregon coast. Astoria, Seaside, and Cannon Beach, you saw just over an inch of rain. We'll add to that number heading into tomorrow. There could be a little bit some spotty showers starting off along the coast tomorrow morning, but more measurable amount of rain will start to move into the forecast area, I'd say, by the late morning, early part of the afternoon. Right now, we're looking at a temperature of 51 degrees. Yeah, it's going to be wet for tomorrow, but I have a good part of next week that's going to be dry. I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
Look forward to hearing it. Thanks, Joe.
We're on a great path. There's been a lot of great movement going on both sides, and I'm really looking forward to seeing, what happens tomorrow.
Now, that was Gary Hollins, the board chair from Portland Public Schools, giving an update on negotiations and revealing that there's still no final deal between educators in the district, with talks continuing on Sunday. But as Thomas Schultz explains, growing frustrations are being felt on both sides.
Frustration continues to grow between Portland teachers and the school district as the sides have negotiated a new contract for 11 months. And while bargaining continues, so do marches, though now Portland Public Schools says its teachers went a step too far. New Oregon Convention Center security footage shows Portland teachers protesting outside the building Wednesday, where school board member Andrew Scott works. Then footage shows two people in the building sprint by security to open doors, allowing hundreds of striking teachers inside. Guards try and fail to stop them. Later, a Portland Public Schools lawyer slammed the union, calling its conduct unacceptable. In a letter, he says PPS could submit an unfair labor practice filing to protect employees from union threats, violence, and terrorism. Though teachers' union lawyers say Portland Public is grossly exaggerating what happened. They say teachers are allowed to peacefully and lawfully picket. Though, while the two sides feud,
okay, you want the whole bowl?
Families are stuck in the middle.
I've been momming all day and then working all night.
Christy Smith is a mom of 3 Portland elementary schoolers. And while she works from home, she's making meals,
The garlicky noodles?
doing dishes, and keeping track of her young trio. And after almost 2 weeks,
Yep.
she's exhausted
Yep.
and worried the strike will continue for weeks.
I think we're in it at least through Thanksgiving for sure.
And to her, there's no end in sight.
Yeah, it's been really hard.
Hard and exhausting for families across the district. All the while, marathon bargaining sessions continue. The two sides will continue to meet throughout the weekend. District leaders said earlier they hope to open schools by Monday, but we'll have to see if the two sides can get close enough to make a deal. Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
And today, President Joe Biden's neighborhood in Delaware became the site of a rally. The peaceful demonstration near the president's home was carried out by several organizations, including the Jewish Voice for Peace and American Muslims for Palestine. The groups waved flags and were calling for a ceasefire in Palestine. Well, as the war between Israel and Hamas expands, demonstrations continue to take place around the world and the Portland metro area. Art Edwards has a look at the latest local activism.
Dozens of people gathered in Seawall Crest Park in southeast Portland for an event sponsored by the Portland branch of the Democratic Socialists of America. and attended by local unions and labor organizers.
I want to say that I am filled with pride seeing all your faces from different places. With this, I see the greatness in humanity, and it gives me so much hope.
The people gathered here listened to speakers and carried signs wondering when Gaza would be free and calling for a ceasefire. The event organizer expressed what they hope people will take from the rally.
Ceasefire now. That is the main message. Our congressional delegation has not called for a ceasefire yet, even though unions and the vast majority of American people want a ceasefire. So we are hoping that they will heed our call today.
After meeting in the park for the rally, people began to walk through the neighborhood, making clear what they are looking for. This is not the only local event. On Friday night, members of the local Israeli and Jewish communities gathered in Beaverton to draw attention to more than 200 people held hostage by Hamas. They set an empty table for Shabbat dinner with pictures of those being held hostage.
Time is running out. It's 5 weeks already. It's 35 days that our beloved ones are not with us, and infant, babies, toddlers, elderly, innocent civilians that were kidnapped from their home and from their bed.
Israel's prime minister says Israel's battle against Hamas in Gaza will continue with full force. A ceasefire is only possible if all the hostages are released. Art Edwards, KGW News.
Well, deputies in Clark County are now hitting the streets with body-worn cameras. So far, 38 deputies are trained to wear them, but more will be in the coming weeks. Clark County voters approved a 0.1% sales tax increase to pay for the body-worn cameras, along with dash-mounted cameras for their vehicles. The contract with Axon also includes new integrated tasers. When a deputy unholsters their taser or their firearm, the cameras automatically start, and cameras can also be started manually.
We're going to have an extra eye on us, and it shows a little more transparency and allow us to gather evidence a little easier.
The Axon service includes a data or evidence storage system. The sheriff's office says vehicle-mounted cameras and also cameras for interview rooms will be up and running by next spring.